highly favored, blessed, I'm blessed, highly favored. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be letting Chatgpt predict WrestleMania 42 Night 1 and Night 2. So let's not waste any more of your time and let's get right into this. So for Night 1, I'll start off with the matches that I don't have all the figures for. So for the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match, they predict that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will win the titles. I'm not big on that. I don't think that makes much sense. They just had the title, so I don't agree with that too much. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, they predict that AJ Lee will defeat Becky Lynch, which sounds about right. Then they predict that Liv Morgan will defeat Stephanie Vaquer, which it sounds okay. I don't think that's too unrealistic, so I'm alright with that one. But those are all the matches from Night 1 that I don't have the figures for. You know, while we're here, we'll do the Night 2 matches that I also don't have all the figures for. So for Jade Gargo versus Rhea Ripley, they predict that Rhea Ripley will win the Women's Championship, which isn't too bad. I feel the same way about Liv versus Vaquer for that one. And then they predict that Trick Williams will defeat Sami Zayn for the United States Championship match, which is perfect and is exactly what should happen. And then for Brock versus Oba, they predict that Oba Femi will win, which is alright. I think maybe he should win, but I don't know. I don't want Oba to win, but I think that's okay. But now let's start off with the matches on Night 1 that I do have the figures for. The opening match on Night 1 of WrestleMania is going to be the Team of the Vision in Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Usos and LA Knight. Now, I think this match should be pretty fun. Obviously, you know, the Usos and LA Knight have been feuding with the Vision for a very, very long time. So, I don't think this is going to be a fun match, and that's really all it's intended to be, especially with the inclusion of IShowSpeed. I think Speed has been one of the better celebrity involvements in WrestleMania 42, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It should be pretty fun, but ChatGPT is predicting that the Usos and LA Knight are going to win, which I agree with. Most likely Speed taking the pinfall. If Speed is in the match, why would you have Logan Paul and Theory take the pin? Just have Speed take it, and it should be fun. All 6 of these guys are very, very talented, so this should be a fun little match here, but ChatGPT is predicting that the Usos and LA Knight are going to get the win. Next up, this match is also going to be in the first hour of Night 1. We have the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. One of the storylines that I have been enjoying more going into WrestleMania 42. I feel like WrestleMania 42 has some amazing matches, but the booking and the storylines have just been terrible. But this is one of the few gems in the WrestleMania 42 storylines, and it's been really enjoyable, man. Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, 2 of my favorite superstars in WWE right now, to be honest with you. And I hate that Drew McIntyre is going to be going away to film a movie after WrestleMania 42. I'm really going to miss him, after. Because, like I said, he's in one of the better parts of Friday Night SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown on the road to WrestleMania 42 has been honestly terrible. But Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu have been some of the standouts of SmackDown on this road to WrestleMania. So, I'm actually really looking forward to this match. Should be a lot of fun. A lot better than the Drew McIntyre-Damian Priest match last year, which I thought was, terrible build. I'm not a big fan of Damian Priest. I don't know why they had Drew McIntyre in that position, but the match itself was okay. But this time you have 2 really talented guys in an unsanctioned match, so this should be really good. But ChatGPT is going with Jacob Fatu, which makes sense. Like I said, Drew McIntyre is going to be going away to film a movie, so I'm with ChatGPT on this one. Next up, we have Gunther versus Seth Rollins, and similar to Drew and Jacob, this has been one of the better feuds going into Mania, and I'm really, really looking forward to this match. Honestly, probably my most anticipated match on Night 1, to be honest with you. Night 1 is definitely looking weaker than Night 2. But yeah, this and Jacob and Drew are my 2 most anticipated matches. I think Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer is also going to be really good. But besides those 3 matches, I can't really say I'm looking forward to Night 1. I think Liv versus Vaquer has been the strongest build in going into WrestleMania 42, Night 1. But everything else, nothing too crazy, man. I feel like WrestleMania 42 has been rushed, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the stuff that we're seeing on TV now, we should have been seeing a couple months ago. And I don't know, man. It just feels really rushed. Because looking at the Punk and Roman feud, it's like it was starting off really strong, then it got a little weak. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, maybe it'll pick back up. We only have 1 more Raw, so it's not going to pick back up. And it sucks that, the feud went so downhill with Roman just calling Punk old. I feel like they could have done a lot more with that, but we're not talking about Roman and Punk here. We're talking about Seth and Gunther, and yeah, Monday Night Raw has been a lot better with the feuds and the storylines. I feel like that's kind of why they don't do night 1 is going to be SmackDown themed and night 2 is going to be Raw themed. Because honestly, nobody's going to want to go to night 1 and watch night 1 of WrestleMania 42 if it was like that. But we got Seth and Gunther here. Wasn't even supposed to happen. It was supposed to be Gunther and Rey Mysterio in Rey's retirement match and Seth versus Braun Breaker. But Braun Breaker and Rey Mysterio both got injured. So they just put two of the best guys together and we're going to get an amazing match here at WrestleMania 42. I like the storyline that they've been building, even though it's been really short. But, you know, Paul Heyman's going to owe Gunther a favor, probably Brock retiring. So I like that they're playing the seeds there. But they got Gunther beating Seth Rollins clean. I don't think this is going to happen. I think none of these guys can afford a clean loss. So, you know, maybe John Cena or AJ Styles calls Gunther. Or maybe Braun Breaker is able to come back and cause Seth Rollins. One of those two. I just don't see either one of these guys winning clean because that's going to look really bad on either one of these guys' part. So it should be an interference for one of them to win. So, yeah, Chatgpt is going with Gunther to win clean. And the main event of night 1 is going to be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Universal Championship. What a hype match this was. I love that Randy Orton won the Elimination Chamber because he deserved to win the Undisputed Universal Championship. And honestly, with the story that they've been building, this should just be Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the title. And they should have just done Cody versus Jacob with Cody turning heel. Because this is not good, man. I was fine with Pat McAfee getting involved to start off because it was unexpected and it could have been interesting. And Pat McAfee's promos have been absolutely amazing. But that's not what this storyline should be about. It should have been Ted DiBiase Jr. on the phone or something because Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, with their history and the amount of years they could have, you know, I don't know. This just could have been a lot better. They could have dove into legacy and everything, you know, mentor versus student, but it's just, this is not what they're doing here. And they're just relying on Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. So storyline hasn't been good. The match is going to be good. Their match at Night of Champions was good, and there was no storyline going into that. So I don't know, man. I like that Randy Orton's heel and everything, but just the storyline is not the best. But for the each main event, I told ChatGPT to dive more in depth and give me a full rundown. So here we go. They got the match starts with straight wrestling. Orton is cold, calculated, and is targeting Cody's neck. Don't know why he'd be targeting Cody's neck, but I digress. Cody fights from underneath with the crowd fully behind him. Mid-match, Kevin Owens runs out, teases helping Cody, but he just starts attacking both guys. Hit the stunner on Orton, and then a stunner on Cody. And then Pat McAfee runs down to take out Kevin Owens. Definitely see Pat McAfee coming out, and they also have that Jelly Roll is going to come out to take out Pat McAfee after. But it'd make more sense to have Kevin Owens come out at the end of the match or towards the end with a ref bump or something and, you know, get rid of Pat McAfee or Jelly Roll. I feel like that would make more sense. He can come out to a big pop and take out Pat McAfee, and he'd still come out to a big pop if he came out and attacked Jelly Roll and was the real mastermind behind Pat McAfee aligning with Randy Orton. Or maybe he'll just help Cody Rhodes because he was supposed to fight Randy Orton before he got hurt. But they got back into the ring. Orton hits an RKO with Cody kicking out at 2.9 seconds. Ref gets bumped, lights dim for a second, and The Rock appears on stage. I did make a full video on which main event The Rock should get involved in, so definitely go check that out. But they have The Rock getting involved in the Night 1 main event, which in my opinion is less interesting. But with the whole TKO versus WWE thing, I think it still does make sense. It says The Rock doesn't interfere and is just watching Cody, almost evaluating him, tying into the face of WWE energy with TKO versus WWE. In the final sequence of the match, Orton goes for a punt. Cody dodges, hits the Crossroads Trinity, and retains the WWE Championship. If they're doing 2KO versus WWE, I guess that makes sense, but honestly, I really want Randy Orton to win. And with everything going on with Pat McAfee saying he's going to leave if Cody retains, Randy Orton's 100% winning, so weird that Pat McAfee goes to Cody, but they have post-match chaos with Cody celebrating, and Ted DiBiase Jr. attacks him from behind, holds up the title, looks at it, throws it onto Cody, and smirks. Then they have Kevin Owens reappears from behind and stares down Ted DiBiase Jr. Really weird, but I guess with the story they've been building, they might as well go all out. But they've got The Rock, Ted DiBiase Jr., Kevin Owens, Pat McAfee, and Jelly Roll all getting involved. Very, very unlikely, but that's what you come to expect with ChatGPT, I guess. I mean, I don't hate it. I wouldn't be opposed to this. It's just a bit much. I would probably take out The Rock since he did nothing. and take out Ted DiBiase Jr. and just have KO come out towards the end of the match. But not the worst thing here. Cody retaining is also a bit odd, but it is what it is. That's ChatGPT for you. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Penta Wu defending his championship against JD McDonough, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Rusev. So this should be pretty fun. A lot of people have been clamoring for Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania again. Last time they did it was 10 years ago at WrestleMania 32. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to see it here. 6 really talented guys that should be getting more TV time, to be honest with you. I don't know why they couldn't do the qualifying matches on TV. You know, they could have made them speed matches. I think Javon Evans beat, like, one of the Americanos, so they could have had that on TV. I believe one of them beat Otis, maybe it was Rusev, but they could have had these on TV as speed matches, or I would say Battle Royal, but I don't know how that would work. I don't know, but they could have had, 3 minutes of TV time for these qualifying matches on each episode of Raw, maybe even on SmackDown, but and have some of them on speed on main event, but it is what it is. Still looking forward to the match. It's gonna be amazing, but I wish there was more story, driven elements in this. But maybe on Raw we get a stare down of all 6 guys cutting a promo. I don't think any of these guys are really great on the promo, to be honest with you, but kind of like how they do with Money in the Bank when they have all the guys on the ladder with the Money in the Bank briefcase hanging. Maybe they could do that with the Intercontinental title hanging, and that'd be pretty cool there to have Rey Mysterio, talking like JD McDonough or Rusev. I don't know, but really looking forward to the match here. They got Javon Evans winning, which I really like, man. I am really rooting for Javon Evans to win, honestly, and I think that'd be awesome. Crowning a new face of WWE, that'd be really great for him, and he's bouncy, so I'm sure having him in a ladder match would be absolutely amazing, and winning, I think that's perfect. Next up, we have the Demon Finn Balor taking on Dominic Mysterio. I think this rivalry has been okay. I'm definitely looking forward to the match because of the match, not because of the rivalry. That's for sure. I feel like with Judgment Day's, matches going into Mania 42, they've really been relying on backstage promos and segments, even with Liv versus Valkyrie. So that kind of sucks. I wish these guys were getting more TV time. I mean, with Liv versus Valkyrie, it works because they're getting, TV time as well and promos and everything. So like I said, Liv versus Valkyrie is one of the better WrestleMania 42 storylines. But here with Dom and Finn, they've just been relying on Finn talking backstage. We were supposed to get Finn versus JD, and then Dom just broke it up. We could have totally got that. Like I said, Raw and Netflix, they're not limited. They don't have to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. They can go to the 3-hour mark, sometimes even longer. We could get a 4-hour episode of Monday Night Raw. I wouldn't sit there and watch a 4-hour episode of Monday Night Raw, but they could totally do that if they wanted to. And I don't know why they don't, stretch the boundaries of what they can do on Netflix. They just limit it to 2 hours and 30 minutes every week, which is very, very annoying, especially on the road to WrestleMania. When a lot of guys should be getting more TV time, like even with the Intercontinental Championship ladder match and all the Judgment Days matches, we should be getting more stuff, especially with WrestleMania 42 feeling rushed. Like, Raw on Netflix should be longer than SmackDown, and SmackDown is terrible right now, to be honest with you. Raw is actually good, and I want to watch more Raw than SmackDown. But it is what it is. I'm still looking forward to the match, obviously, especially with the Demon coming back. That's going to be awesome. The entrance is going to be insane. I hope we get some more Demon figures coming out, because the Demon Finn Balor, his figures are some of my favorites. Very, very toyetic. But for the match, ChatGPT predicts Finn Balor to win. Obviously, I think everybody's predicting Finn Balor to win. First of all, Finn Balor should be winning his singles matches, especially that he's going to be a big babyface, and he should be in the world title scene. He should be winning matches, but he's also the Demon now, so why would he lose? The Demon never loses. But then we have WrestleMania 39 with Edge, but we don't talk about that. But ChatGPT's predicting Finn Balor here. I'm all with ChatGPT with this one. But for the main event, we have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. What I'll say about this is that the feud has been good, but that's it. Just like borderline good. It's been amazing to start. Really glad Roman won the Rumble. Really glad he's back in the world title picture. And really glad that he chose CM Punk. And their first, 2 or 3 promos were absolutely amazing. With Punk talking about Roman's dad and his family, the Usos getting involved. Why didn't Roman Reigns bring up Larry? I really hope he does on Monday Night Raw, but it's kind of too late for that because now his best insult to CM Punk is calling him old. I don't think CM Punk cares about it too much, but apparently that's what triggered him to attack Roman, and now we've been getting just pull-apart brawls on Raw. I don't want that, honestly. So this feud kind of, fell off a little bit. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but that's it. It's just good. But Chatgpt, like I said earlier, I told him to go more in-depth and run down each main event, so that's what they did here. They got Punk enters first, intense, no nonsense. Roman enters slow, serious, with no bloodline. Obviously, Roman did say he wants no bloodline involved at WrestleMania 42. But they said Punk is outsmarting Roman early. Roman overpowers it, though, and slows the match down. Punk hits a GTS in which Roman kicks out, leaving Punk shocked, and he starts getting desperate. As the chaos builds, there's a referee pump with Punk hitting a second GTS, goes for the pin, but there's no referee and the crowd is losing it. After that, The Rock comes out, same as night one, but this time he goes into the ring. Punk confronts The Rock, pushing him, yelling that this is my main event. Punk shoves him again, leading The Rock to snap and hitting a rock bottom on CM Punk. Then Roman gets in the face of The Rock because obviously he didn't want any bloodline involved, but he lets it slide and hits a spear on CM Punk. 1, 2, 3, Roman Reigns is your new World Heavyweight Champion. After the match, Roman stands tall, celebrating with the World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock re-enters the ring, holds Roman's hands up, and then pulls him in, whispers something in his ear, leaving, wiping Roman's smile away. The Rock drops his hand and leaves the ring. To set up a match at WrestleMania 43, it says that WrestleMania 43, Rock and Roman is now locked in. So similar to WrestleMania 27, I believe, when The Rock interfered in, The Miz versus John Cena. I honestly like that. I like that a lot. It has Roman winning the World Heavyweight Championship, which is what I want. I'm rooting for Roman Reigns in this match. It has The Rock's involvement, which is also what I want. And, it leaves CM Punk without the world title. I like this a lot, man. And it sets up Roman and Rock at WrestleMania 43. So you can't really ask for much more. I think that was ChatGPT's best prediction yet. And yeah, that's really what I hope happens. For what I think is going to happen, I honestly think Punk is going to win by turning heel. I don't know if it's going to be with The Rock or not. I doubt it personally. I don't think we're going to see The Rock at all. Not on night 1 or night 2. But ChatGPT, not too bad here with their predictions. There's a few things that are a little off, but if that was what WWE booked, I think I'd be happy coming out of WrestleMania 42. But let me know what you think about ChatGPT's predictions, and let me know your predictions for WrestleMania 42 down in the comments below. But if you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you guys did like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bliss, highly favored. Bliss, highly favored.